What's up, y'all? It's Calvin here, and I want to holler at you guys about the power rationing going on in China that is affecting the global food prices, as well as an expected solar storm that is coming within the near future, about 5 or 6 years or so, that could bring on what they call the internet apocalypse, which basically means that it's going to wipe out the internet, you know what I'm saying, for a long period of time. All right, and so to get right to it, we have an article from Zero Hedge here called China Power Crunch Could Force Global Food Prices Even Higher. Okay, and it says global food prices climbed back to near decade highs in early September, reviving concerns about inflationary pressures. A newly emerged risk that many have missed could catapult food prices even higher this fall and winter. All right, and if you guys remember what Dr. Fauci said, he said that we should expect a very dark winter, all right, or something to that effect, all right. And anyways, the article goes on to say that is China's difficult harvest season as power curves hurt the outlook for production, according to Bloomberg. All right, and it says that their autumn harvest has begun for the world's second largest economy amidst power constraints. That's power rationing, all right. And this is taking place in at least 20 Chinese provinces and regions. And if you look here on Wikipedia, you can see that the provincial level administrative divisions or first level administrative divisions are the highest level Chinese administrative divisions. There are 34 such divisions claimed by the People's Republic of China, classified as 23 provinces. And they also have 4 municipalities and 5 autonomous regions. Okay, and if you see this little screen clip right here, these are the regions that are being hit with the power rationing. And as you can see with this HB here, that's kind of surrounded by blue, right dead smack inside of that little area right there, that's where Beijing is. All right, they're a capital city, and that's going to make a little bit more sense. While everybody else is doing all of these power rationing and things like that, we're going to take a look and see what they doing. All right, but anyways, scrolling down with this article, it goes on to say among the worst hit are industrial hubs in China's northeastern heartland, such as Jilin, and I'm not even going to waste my time trying to say the rest of them, where most of the country's corn and soybeans are grown. So it seems to be strategically right where this food is being grown that they've chosen to do this, where they have other areas, as you can see from this map once more, that there's some white areas there that some things could be cut back from as far as power and things of that nature. But, you know, specifically cutting areas that supply most of the country's corn and soybeans, which is used in so much stuff. And there's a lot of things like corn syrup and things of that nature that people make from corn. It's, you know, has a whole lot of uses within our diet, you know what I'm saying? And we buy a lot of stuff from China that has those things in it. And that also affects the food chain. But at any rate, moving on, it says, already the power crunch has forced soybean processors in northern regions to shutter operations. There's a big concern the electricity crunch could slash operating rates of corn processors that make products like starch and syrup. Okay, so there you have it. It was just what I was talking about. And these things are used widely all throughout the Western diets. You know what I'm saying? And if they're having a shortage there, it's only going to be a matter of time when you couple with the shipping and then the corona protocol, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? It is going to jam up the shipping pipeline because they're already setting records off of the coast of LA and all different places across the world, you know what I'm saying, of having ships backed up. So, you know, this is about to get real, you know what I'm saying, for us in the United States. That's why I encourage you guys to continue to grow your food. But anyways, moving on with the article, we skip down to the last paragraph, and it says, this means that China might have to tap international markets for food supplies as domestic power curves may reduce production. No kidding, when you specifically target areas that's got like your leading producers of soybean and, you know what I'm saying, starch and syrup, you know what I mean? Like, that would definitely have a effect on your production, all right? So anyways, it says, if China continues to aggressively source abroad, as some top growing areas such as Brazil and Argentina have been dealing with extreme weather that damage crops. This could very well suggest global food prices may be headed higher. Okay, so there you have it. You know what I'm saying? If you're noticing things are getting a little bit higher than what they've already been raised from, this has something to do with that whole situation. But we're going to look into some of these areas that have these power outages. And if you see this article here, it says China hit by wave of power rationing, outages, and factory closures. Okay, and if you scroll down here where it says power curtailment orders, and it says, the State Development and Reform Commission recently named, and it has a whole bunch of these provinces. All right, and if you look at this one particularly here, it's called Shaanxi, I believe. So, anyways, then we come to this article here, and it says National Games witnesses development of China's sports map. All right, and you look at the date, and it says the 28th of September 2021, just like the previous article there. All right, and if you see here, you can read right up under this photo here. It says the Shaanxi province. Okay, and they're having basically like an in-country Olympics event type thing. You know what I'm saying? Where people are running races and doing all the Olympic sports type stuff. Lots of lights, big stadiums, and things of that nature. They're having events at night where they would have to use lights. Not only that, you've got square dancing grannies, you know what I'm saying, that are being called to be at this event, you know what I'm saying, and you can clearly see from a little bit there, they got, you know what I'm saying, the lights running all this energy and putting all of this effort into this event. You look at Beijing, all right, and this is where the seat of power is. This is basically the capital of China, and they're holding festivals, and they've got the Fente lights up the home lamp. Okay, so this is what they're doing, and with these festivals, they're all paying homages to gods. Okay, but while they've got these things going on, they're cutting out the power to the soybean plants and the places that are making the food. You know what I'm saying? That's where they're cutting the power out. They ain't cutting these things out or moving these events like for like daytime or anything like that. No, it's at nighttime, bright lights, all of that stuff, you know. And if you come here, you'll see the Chinese switch to flashlights, generators amid power cuts, and the everyday people, they in the dark. If you take a look here, you got a couple of soldiers here that are eating, and the soldiers got to use their flashlight to be able to see. You know what I'm saying? They own food when they eating. And meanwhile, folks is having festivals and things of that nature. These people got to work in the dark at this business. You know what I mean? Let me see here. If you check out this picture here, there's a lady who is buying groceries in a mini mart using a light bulb that's powered by a gasoline generator. Okay? While old ladies are square dancing. And we have another woman here. She's got to use a light bulb that's powered by a battery. Okay? And with these power outages, it's not just that. They just got like power outages where they will just shut the power off. And it doesn't matter if you're in a hospital, you're in surgery, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They will still cut the power off, and folks are dying behind this. So it's a very serious situation. And it goes on and on. And these people represent you and me here in the United States. And this is what we have to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? That these people are purposely doing this stuff. And it's only a matter of time before it takes place in America. And so moving on to my next topic, with the solar flares, there's big talk about these solar flares here lately, if you guys haven't heard about it. But here it is right here. It says solar superstorm could prompt internet apocalypse, global outages. All right, and wouldn't you know it, that like one of the number one places for this stuff to happen at is North America. All right, and I'll leave a link for that article below. But just wanted to read something out of here real quick. All right. And it says, most of the time we're protected from the sun's constant littering of radiation called solar wind, thanks to the ionosphere, otherwise known as Earth's magnetic shield. With nowhere to go, those magnetic particles are pulled to the north and south poles, producing awe-inspiring auroras before dissipating. But sometimes solar flares kick up what is called a coronal, peep the name, coronal, mass ejection, called a CME, a solar storm strong enough to penetrate our shield, which is the ionosphere, and wreak havoc on just about anything powered with electromagnetism, which just about runs the world. All right, so that is how this solar flare storm could, shut down our stuff. All right, and if you guys remember, a couple of weeks ago, or like last week or something like that, I did a short video talking about downloading, stuff, you know what I'm saying? And these were some of the reasons, why I didn't know this particular story at the time, but I just kind of had a feeling and an urgency to tell people to, start doing these things if they have not made a healthy practice of doing so. And so something that I told myself, because like if you read this article, the time frame that it gives down here at the bottom is that this is supposed to be occurring within the next 5 or 6 years. All right, and this is proven with this. Even with the most concerted government efforts, 5 or 6 years will be needed to establish systems and encourage, or where needed, require users to protect themselves and vital services. Okay, Warren Gore. Such a timeline will take us well into the coming solar danger zone. So next 5 or 6 years, that's when this thing is supposedly taking place. So the thing that I did was I was thinking to myself, okay, if I only had internet for like 1 year, what type of stuff would I download? So on and so forth. So I encourage you all out there to do the same, and this will be a good solution. So that way, if the internet does go out, you have things offline set in place that would allow you to transition smoothly, you know what I'm saying, and making moves from now on, being aware of that whole situation right there, that during that time period this could shut down. That would cause you to move different. Another aspect that I wanted to touch on about this situation is just just to remind us of the people that we're being ruled by when it comes to situations like this. And China is a perfect example that we just went over, where the government handpicked these different areas to ration out power to. All right, these were all calculated decisions to do this. And not only that, they've raised the price of coal. This is the Chinese government that is doing this, and at the same time they can buy coal from Australia, but they are beefing with them and ban their coal because Australia wanted to investigate them for the whole virus pandemic thing, and China took offense to that, and rightfully so, because it's not their fault. It was the United States' fault, but whatever. If you check out the brother T West, he actually got kicked off of YouTube. He busted that story wide open. He broke it down and traced the virus from its inception to where it is now. I mean, like, broke it all the way down. Can't be denied. All the proof is there. So check out the brother T West at AfroSynergy News. All right. So anyways, just wanted to bring that to light. That these people will totally, use these events and stuff like that to shut the internet off. And that can really affect folks who are out here spreading righteousness and spreading truth. Anytime that they're talking about the internet and shutting it down, or like power, like water, like these things can be focused, if you stay in an apartment building, neighborhood, or whatever, they can just shut your house, your apartment off, whatever, and the rest of the people will have that service, and they're already doing it with Twitter, banning people. They ban Trump, so on and so forth. So it's not like they won't do these types of things. So something to always keep in mind. Hope this resonates with you guys, and not to panic and, run around like your hair is on fire. It's not that type of situation yet, because with the younger generations, like, all they know is the internet and cell phone and devices and stuff like that. Like, people my age, I'm a late 70s baby. I've probably lived every bit of 30 years without using the smartphone. And I don't think even at this point, like I just might be using smartphones and things like that. Like I don't even think I've made it a whole 10 years yet. You know what I'm saying? Using these types of things. So, you know, it's a whole different mentality for some people. But these young folks, like they get anxiety and all kind of mental problems and mental health issues and stuff like that. You know, from not having their cell phone devices and all that crazy stuff like that. So, you know, for some people, it might be a very, very big issue. So, you know, it sounds like a joke now, but 5 or 6 years from now, you know, you might have people blowing their brains out, you know what I'm saying, going 2 or 3 weeks without the internet, you know what I'm saying, because they can't make any money or whatever, you know what I mean, so on and so forth. So, something to keep an eye on. Hope this resonates with you guys. This is the Podroast.
Said it's gonna be alright, alright.